We're going to show you some really simple ways today to make much better contact. And what's great, when you make better contact, your smash factor starts to go up and we get distance a little bit more effortlessly. So I've got my great friend Aaron here, okay? And if you take a look at some of these swings from before, now he's a very solid player, probably around a 9 handicap right now. He hits the ball very well, but the missed hits can get very disparagingly different, from a great shot to a fat shot, hitting it off the hosel sometimes, or misses that just go very far offline where you're going to be in trouble. It's going to be hard to recover and get up and down. So if you look at a couple things here, as we're taking a look at his swing in slow motion, you're seeing how as he gets near impact, sometimes the body starts to drop, the head starts to drop, the arms start to pull in. From this down the line view, his pressure starts to go towards his toes as he hits the golf ball. We even got kind of some videos here of him on body track, and you're seeing the pressure map measuring as he gets down to impact. Things look pretty good, and then right around here, he really starts tipping forward. And some of that is coming from he might be swinging a little too hard, and that's therefore starting to compromise his balance. And as that happens, him hitting in the sweet spot is going to get very difficult to do if his posture is fluctuating from here to here as he starts his downswing. So we had some great drills that we ran through, right? We're using a pretty large PVC pipe. You can use a broomstick. If you're really desperate, just using your driver is totally fine too. And we're going to show you how kind of some of these changes that we made, right, by using this PVC pipe helped him to move through the ball a lot more effectively without losing balance and without having to feel like he's hitting at the ball, right? Really a much better sensation of hitting around and through and feeling like he's hitting something that's out in front of him out here, okay? Which is a big difference. I really feel like there's two types of golfers in this world, those that hit through and those that hit at. And unfortunately, the majority of golfers hit at the ball, okay? And that's not exactly what we want. That's not going to be the most efficient energy transfer. So just to kind of show you what we were doing, got a large PVC pipe, right? You can take, like we said, a broom handle. Your driver's fine too. And basically what we had him start with, we had him just split his grip, right? Here's my regular grip. We had him split it like this, and you can see my hands are kind of directly underneath my shoulders because that's where I'd have the most leverage and the most power. And then this is what I call it scissoring, okay? In science, it's called a force couple, okay? So a force couple, you imagine if I had a giant vault or steering wheel I was trying to turn, right? I could turn it more easily with my hands like this than I could trying to turn it with my hands together, okay? And unfortunately, that's how we have to play golf, which is fine, but it's good sometimes to practice a little bit differently. So it's almost a little bit of a hockey stick grip. So the first thing I had him feel was this up and down motion, okay? This is exactly what's happening to the golf club. From here, we start to rotate the club around the corner, and you notice as I kind of let this force uncouple, this scissor come down, I'm doing so in a way to where the PVC pipe is still over on the lead side of my body here, right? So we know we're in a good position at impact to where I've got this wall with my left side and the PVC pipe is close. It's not out here, but it's definitely not doing this when I get down to the golf ball, okay? So a lot of people are using this action as they get to the golf ball, but they're doing so in a way to where the body stalls and the hands and arms really overtake, okay? That's the person that's hitting at the ball, okay? If we can just get this to work to where we feel this scissoring and we start to move around our lead side as we do it, that's the big difference of hitting through. You see how much better my body stays tall and I move through the golf shot around and into my finish, right? If I did go to a full finish. So this area, right, from here to here is so crucial in striking good golf shots. If at any point, right, say from this down the line view, this starts to get away from me, it really starts to compromise my balance, my posture. If you see on video that your arms are pulling up, that your head is dropping down, that your balance is moving from toe to heels, we know that there's going to be some disruption in what's going on with how your arms are releasing and how your body's turning. Okay, so start like this. Take a couple swings with that long instrument. Feel yourself kind of moving to here. And then what I also had Aaron do is I had him do it really hard. I don't know if you can hear that whoosh. I'm going fast, scissoring, and then stopping. Okay, so that's a really important part to getting that professional kind of rotation through the golf ball, but also still having some release. So I see two things going on. I see people dragging and pulling the handle, right, because they're trying to get shaft lean, or I see people pushing from back here, and we're getting a lot of flip or a lot of casting even earlier on the downswing. We want a combination that's a little different there with the scissor and the turn through. So I'm releasing that as fast as I can, but you see how the club never overtook me, okay? And my body never stopped turning. So once you've done some of those, bring it together like a normal golf grip, and then start feeling that same sensation. And the position of the handle is very important here. You see how it's very near my left side? It's not cracking my ribs when I come through. I would obviously feel that. My body would stall out and probably start to raise up. It's just near my left hip. So that really can give you a good sense of how we want to be turning the corner and releasing the club all at the same time. So from there, grab your club. If you want to get that sensation again, I had Aaron do some of those where you just get that sensation with a club and start to feel that same feeling coming through. Obviously, the club is a lot lighter and shorter. That's why it's so easy sometimes to just throw it at the bottom, but we don't want to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to have some shots where I just start off and then just stop right here. I feel like, take a look at this video, I have him hitting my impact bag right here. I feel like that mentally in space, I'm not hitting the ball that's down here. I'm moving through to my finish and I'm hitting something that's out this way. Okay? You'll see a lot of great players that don't even look at the golf ball because they know that the key to having good strikes is to being able to move the handle of the club and the body seamlessly through. And a lot of times they don't even need to look at it to see it. David Duval, Annika Sorenstam, Dustin Johnson. So that continuous motion is really key. So I'm just kind of going and stopping. So that's a 148-yard 7-iron. That felt pretty solid. So down, around the corner, and I still have this sense that the handle is just missing my lead side. If I had that same stick poking out there, it would be just around my left side. That's very important. If you come through and stop and your handle is pointing back at your torso, we didn't do it exactly right. We're going to lose some power that way. Hit and hold, hit and stop. So 142 yards, pretty good for just kind of half swings with a 7-iron and half follow-throughs.
Hey, it's your coach Zach Allen here, and I hope you're enjoying today's lesson. In all of my years of coaching and studying the golf swing, I've discovered there's only one thing that separates the best ball strikers in the world from the rest of us. I call it the magic move, and you can use it to generate effortless power and consistency in your game. Since I don't have the time in this short video, I've put together a 3-part web class where I show you everything you need to know, nothing held back. I call it my Magic Move Training Series, and you can get the entire thing free of charge by clicking the link in the description below. You won't find these videos anywhere else, so click the link right now and join the over 100,000 golfers who have already gone through this incredible training. And now, let's jump back into today's lesson.
So take it from me, right? You can kind of see some of the afters here of Aaron's shots and his impact changes, right? You can see the beginning where his golf club impacts were. They were kind of all over the face, right? And then at the end there, that conglomerate of impact started to tighten up some. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely a lot more bunched in together. That really made a difference in his balance and just his smoothness through the shots. So it kind of had this effect of better balance, a little bit better strikes, and then that sensation of hitting through the ball, not hitting at the ball. And people talk about that all the time. I know if anybody ever asked you, said, yeah, you want to swing through the ball. If your club, arms, and body aren't mechanically working the right way, that's not going to happen. If you're looking like this at impact or like this, we are hitting at that golf ball. Or if your head is down like this when you hit it, those are sure signs of somebody that's really bracing and tensing up for impact. And some of you have been doing it for a long time. You might not even feel yourself doing it because it's just an ingrained habit. Take some video. If you see some of those things happening, where our neck or our arms, we look like this, we're definitely in that urge to hit. We're hitting the ball. We're not swinging through the golf ball. And that in itself is very empowering in terms of just playing better golf. If you've got a bad lie, it's a little tight. If you're hitting over water, we're trying to have that same effortless sensation of the club moving around our body to our finish, and the ball just getting collected or hit on our way to swinging through to the target. Makes a big difference. If you liked some of what I'm talking about, here's another great video that's going to talk about some similarities and in kind of the same themes of what we just discussed today. And definitely, if you have any comments or any questions, give me them down below. If it helped your game out, I want to hear about it. If you shot a better score, if you hit it better on the driving range, if you took some videos and the swing looked better, felt better, let me hear it. Until next time, we'll see you then.